Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So, did it say my battery is low? All right, so I ain't gonna be with y'all too long. I gotta tell y'all, I had a really good day. I'm tired, but y'all always know I gotta come to y'all. I actually went to I can't call it the beach because it wasn't a beach. It was a lagoon, and I just realized not too long ago that allegedly lagoon means like, dang, sorry y'all. A lagoon is like a man-made water area or something. I don't know. Um, or like a hole in the ground. I don't know what it is supposed to be, but learning something new every day. Just FYI. So went there, had fun. Um, Came home, ate, and now in a place where I'm just resting. Got to be with family, which is always good. So listen, y'all. That's not what I'm on here for. And to make this quick, I was watching Wu Tang on what is this, Hulu. Y'all know I'm trying to get caught up. I used to watch the series, the Wu Tang series when it first came out. I think they're on like season 3. So I'm just now, excuse me, just now getting around to season 2. It's good. It's really good. It makes me remember a lot about the 90s, early 2000s. Um, if you haven't watched it, I do recommend it if you like rap or if you just want a good black story to watch, or I don't know. I recommend it. Go check it out. So, needless to say, I'm always watching something that gives me these aha moments. One of the guys had left, went away from home. Excuse me, so rude. Sorry, y'all. Most anyway, he left, went away from home, came back. He lived with his mother in, these apartment complexes with his younger two brothers. And in this scene, I don't know which episode this is. Let me see. 4. Sorry, y'all. Episode 4. No, this episode just started, so it had to be 3. Um, Pretty much him and his mother was having a conversation. She was excited to see him, but then she was like, "Are you gonna be staying, or how long you gonna be staying?" Not because she really wanted to get rid of him, or whatever, but she was like, being that they lived in these apartment complexes, living under Section 8 or whatever it is that they had, at that time, she could not keep her son. That's so rude. My bad, y'all. Anyway, he couldn't stay there because at this point he's an older gentleman, which is 18. So based off of the the law, her being able to live there at a cheaper rate so she could take care of her kids, she couldn't have him there. And so of course, y'all, I don't know if that what that brought to your head, but in my mind I was feeling some kind of way because I was like, I always thought about Section 8 as or whatever public services, because it may not have been Section 8 or whatever it is, but needless to say, I always thought about these services as um keeping the black man out of the house, because of course most of the time the women can't keep the men with their family. It's only the women and children. And so I always, when hearing this, of course, with your parents and different things when you're younger, and then of course now being um an older individual, I'm starting to understand things differently. But for me, it was just a moment where I was just like, dang, yeah, okay, I see how they can tear the black family apart, um, in some ways, or whoever needs those services. Um, in order for them to be rendered, you have to remove the male out of the house. So, with that being said, y'all, that was part of my thought process. But until this episode, I never once thought of it as not only keeping the black man, the adult, the father figure out of the family, but all males. Because at 18, allegedly, you are now legal, you're legally an adult. But what does any child know or have when they're actually 18? You haven't even had a job well enough to even secure yourself a place to stay. And you've been living with your mother up until this point. Just taking it away from the movie in general, younger black males living with their mothers at this point now have to automatically be thrown to the street ultimately. And if you don't have friends, or extended family where you can go, and then of course that brings up its own issues when you're talking about dynamics. But it just made my it almost makes my heart cry, because I'm just baffled at what these males have to endure in order to just be with like if you're a male who again is living at home, mother, siblings, maybe you're the one who's helping to raise your siblings, doing all the work to help maintain their health, their mindset, making sure that they eat. Maybe you even add some finances because you work every now and again. And then just to up in one day be like, you can't be here any longer, to be kicked out of all that you know. I was just like, that is devastating. Like, my mind, I get it, but I don't get it. And it's so sad because some of these individuals, like, what if it was the person who was always a book smart person, and it's all about, school, and maybe they went to school and failed, their first year or something. I had to go back home, and not having a place to go to, not being able to go back to what you knew as life. You turn 18, and now all of a sudden you're legally an adult but do not have anything. And I mean, that happens in a lot of different ways. Like, y'all, I've always had these thoughts and this idea, because society is very interested of their expectations and things. It's unrealistic a lot of the times. But that one got me. And I don't know if y'all ever thought about it, but I would love to have a conversation on it. Like, I noticed y'all probably like random thoughts. It is. It is. This is the type of things that go through my mind from time to time. But it is also good for me to see because, of course, like I say, when working with women, I have to be able to help them see perspective, build perspective of not only themselves, but those who they raise, right? Because at this point in time, women are warriors, right? And they're the sometimes the matriarch. They're the ones that hold their family together, and to be in a situation where your life is torn upside down, because sometimes I think we only look at things fiscal is the year, but monetary wise, financially, it's crazy how this system is. I don't even. I'm gonna just leave it there, because at this point I'm just gonna be rambling with thoughts. But y'all, tap into this community, this conversation with me in the comments, because I really think that this is something that should be um, thought about, should be conversed. I might even bring this back up at a later date. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm out. Love y'all.